You know, since the pandemic, we've all been challenged on how to do academic presentations and class presentations. And one tried and true thing has been a video we can all share. So on top of everything else, I thought I'd do my presentation for the gift program with a backup video. Okay, from the beginning. Classical narrative, Freytag's pyramid, and the ABC model of visual storytelling. I'm Jack Ziblick, and I'm a professor of communication at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. You know, this really comes back to things that I've been struggling with for 25 years and longer. That I'm a trained photojournalist. A lot of people, we come from the age when you just write your notes on a yellow legal pad and you do your dog and pony show. Well, with multimedia and PowerPoint and all of that, everything changed. Nobody's teaching us how to do it. So I looked into it and I found a few things that really work. But there's very little true guideline on how to sequence and do a storytelling visual presentation. You know, in the movies and television, that happened on its own. It just kind of evolved, and there's no real guidebook. So new modalities in an increasingly digitized world have made things just more chaotic. So that's the challenge. However, I found doing some historical research, the answer goes back 2,000 years. Aristotle's Poetics, and it's really underlies many things, certainly in theater: introduction, background, climax, and an end. It is the classical whodunit.
Lieutenant Elliott, and this is Trooper Wagner. We just want to ask a few questions. We understand his demise, the family of Gad.
You start off with the murder. There's your action. And then you have all the background on the suspects. And then you come to the climax, which is who did it. And I won't tell you, but I'll give you the hint. It's somebody heroic who did it. Anyway, you see that underlying a lot of whodunit. If you think about how that's structured, that's the background. And when I did some historical research, Gustav Freytag first wrote about, he's a theater professor, talked about how the basic structure works. Exposition, introduction, complication, rising action or background, then a climax. You need something to make it turn. Otherwise, it just, your narrative just goes off into oblivion. Then falling answer, action, take them out. Usually this is a much longer leg of the pyramid, and this is a much shorter leg. Now, I found at the someone kind of using that implicitly, Jerry Miglowitz of San Jose State, has been doing at the Kalish workshop from the NPPA what we call the ABCE method: action, visual lead, background, which is usually the longest part, climax or turning point. This takes a little thought before you go out and gather your material, and then once you present it. Also can use, and I won't use much for this presentation, basic TV movie shots: close, ultra close, medium, wide, and far. Here's one I shot just for this purpose a few years ago.
Any requests?
Okay, Opening. Here she is, Harvard Square, doing the
Benjamin Franklin's glass harmonica, a musical instrument he invented in 1761, based on the principle of rubbing a wet finger around a wine glass.
ground. And we fill it in with close-ups, faraway shots, close-up, medium shot. We'll zoom. Now, what can be a climax? I'll show you a climax. We'll get to it, medium shot, a little closer. Let's get to the end. Wide shot, you see the scene where she is.
Very nice.
That's all you need for a climax. Very nice. Applaud. Now, here's the end.
Hey, I think it needs a little work.
That's all you need. A little quote like that. So that's really how it works. Now, for a class assignment, you could ask how to make a sandwich, which is what I did using as a model my girlfriend's daughter. Anyway, action, how to make a sandwich. Here is your sandwich. Background, here's the kitchen where McKinley makes it. Here's the stuff. Close up of preparing it. See, this is all the background. Then, climax. What do you need for a climax? Ta-da! Climax. Tastes good. Now, for an end, it's gone. Simple as that, but it takes a little planning. So you can get the feeling of the whole process. And this works for PowerPoints. It works for academic presentations. It's very flexible. Just takes a little planning to plan your shots. And the hard part is pulling out a climax. And that might take just a little planning or a little vision. So that's how it works. Think about it.